This is Hinos Sport, bringing you that heat and that far. We keeping a foot on the what? On the next. We keeping a foot on the what? On the next. And like the Tibetan mastiff that I am, I'm applying what? Unlimited pressure. Because pressure does what? It bursts its pipes. Now let's talk about it. Push it to the limit. Pour to my end. Pour to my end. Push it to the limit. Pour to my end. Pour to my end. Ricky Rose, dog. Ricky Rose, the boss. That's right, boy. 305 MIA. That's where I stay, baby, dog. MIA slang terminology, dog. Ricky Rose, the boss. That motherfucker said, LeBron James always nuts up, dog. We've seen him nut up, and we have. 2011, LeBron James was up 2-1 against the Dallas Mavericks. He nutted up. 2015, LeBron James was 2-1 up against the Golden State Warriors that he was saying was so prolific, but how the fuck was you up 2-1? As if he didn't have Kyrie Irving. As if he didn't have Kevin Love. Other things that make you say love. Other things that make you say love. That's what Ricky Ross is talking about. That's what the boss is talking about. Ricky Ross, the boss. That motherfucker told the truth. The bottom line is this, in its most cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat truth-teller fashion. Ricky Ross kept the lion's foot on LeBron's giraffe's neck. Ricky Ross, the boss, kept the lion's foot on LeBron's giraffe's neck because he told the truth. I don't believe that LeBron James can win. I think he can nut this shit up. But here's my thing, Ricky Ross, the boss. You know, I like saying that shit, though. It's been a minute since we said Ricky Ross, the boss. MIA, folks. MIA, that's why I stay 305 Dade County. Y'all know what time it is, dog. Y'all know Ricky Ross, the boss. I'm amped up, dog. Endorphins firing, dog. All fucking cylinders, man. Just did a 50-minute hit workout, dog. So I'm crazed up right now. All my endorphins are firing and clicking on all damn cylinders. But the bottom line, the context is this. Ricky Ross is on to something. You can always basically put your faith on the fact that LeBron James can choke. But I don't believe it's going to happen. As much as I want to believe you, Ricky Ross, I can't believe it because NBA and Nike has to recoup their $90 million investment. They invested too much on this fraud. So they have to get back their recouping of that damn initial $90 million investment. So they're going to do anything. That's why they let this fraudulent, fluky, on the spot NBA title, this least path of resistance NBA title happen. Because they needed LeBron James to come back. They needed LeBron James to have something of relevancy. And this is what it is, Ricky Ross, the boss. You may be on to something, dog. Remember, my head in the prediction king strikes again. In the prediction king strikes again fashion says the Los Angeles Lakers. But my heart, MIA, that's why I stay, baby. Ricky Ross, the boss. 305 Dade County, dog. Listen, it's telling me, dog. Miami Heat. Let's go Heat. I would love for the Miami Heat to come back so I could drop a 100-part series on why LeBron James should never be in the likes of an MJ 2-3, let alone a KB 2-4. Let me say it again. Why LeBron James shouldn't be in the likes of an MJ 2-3, let alone a KB 2-4. But that's not going to happen. As much as I want to believe it, Ricky Ross, the boss, it ain't going to fucking happen. Because the bottom line is this in cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat truth-teller fashion. NBA Nike has to recoup their $90 million initial investment. Guess who the investment is? It's LeBron James. So they're going to do anything in La Rudy Poo and Plum Plum Brain status. They're going to do anything in La Classic Doden Troglodyte status. They're going to do anything in La Ultra Fanboy with the Ultra Fanboy Rhetoric status to ensure that the Lagoon reffing happens. To ensure that this man has the least path of resistance. This is why he's playing against an injury-plagued Miami Heat team. Let me say it again. He's playing against an injury-plagued Miami Heat team. Nobody's talking about that because that narrative is not hot. It's going to basically it's going to take away from what LeBron James is doing, which he's winning a fucking easy-ass title because Goran Dragic wasn't 100%. Bam Adebayo wasn't 100%. Jimmy Butler had to do this shit himself. These are integral parts. Integral sum of all parts players, and they're not there. They're not talking about that shit. But that's the way it works with LeBron James. This is why Scottie Pippen called it pickup basketball. This is why he said this is not NBA basketball. This is why Shaquille O'Neal said fraudulent, fluky, on the spot NBA title. This is why he knows the sport and keeping the foot on the what? The X. And keeping the foot on the what? The X. Says that it's a least path of resistance NBA title. This is why Floyd Mayweather, from one true GOAT to the next true GOAT, said that MJ all day, because LeBron James lacked killer instinct. We saw it. Unsportsmanlike conduct. He gave it to us. But what did he know the sport say? They were going to escape this le faux pas. Let me say it again. They were going to escape this le faux pas because LeBron James is absolved of all the blame. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat truth teller fashion. The LeBron tards are an infinite Shukuyumi. So they're going to believe the rubbish that LeBron James is the greatest of all trolls. Not the greatest of all time, the greatest of all trolls. Again, that's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat truth teller fashion. Recap and a caveat. P.S. basically. LeBron tards tell you that LeBron James is 3 for 6, he's 50%. I've heard it all, man. Last time I checked, he's 3 for 9. But he knows the sport has him in the he knows the sport. He knows the sport law. You're guilty until proven innocent. As 3 for 10. Abysmal 30%. Again, that's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat truth teller fashion. Ricky Rose, the boss. I'm sorry to tell you, dog. They're going to rob the Miami Heat. Because LeBron James has to win this fraudulent, fluky, on-the-spot NBA title. This least path of resistance NBA title. He has to win this pickup game basketball. That's what the NBA bubble was. That's what it is. It's a asterisk. But NBA Nike don't care. Because it's time for them to recoup their $90 million initial investment. That's the bottom line. This is He Knows the Sport. Checking out.